Imagine riding through the endless prairie, dust in your eyes, sun beating down mercilessly. What did those tough-as-nails cowboys really eat, day after day, on those long, brutal cattle drives? Forget the romantic Hollywood meals. No juicy steaks, no warm bread. Forget the fantasy. The real Wild West diet was harsh, simple, and sometimes downright shocking. Today, we uncover the surprising truth about what kept those legends alive on the open trail. This is the raw reality of cowboy life. 1. Beans, the trail staple. Imagine the undisputed king of the cowboy trail, beans. After a long, dusty day in the saddle, what was waiting for those hungry cowboys around the campfire? Not steak, not bacon and eggs. Just a big pot of slow-cooked beans, loaded with protein and fiber. Simple, cheap, and incredibly durable. Whether pinto or navy beans, they could survive weeks in a saddlebag. Easy to store, easy to transport, and cooked in one single pot over an open fire. Beans were the real backbone that kept cowboys going mile after mile. This was trail cuisine at its most honest. 2. Salt pork and bacon. On the long, harsh cattle trail, what kept cowboys alive besides beans? Salt pork and smoked bacon. These two were absolute treasures on the trail, highly valued for their long shelf life and high calorie content. Unlike fresh meat that spoiled quickly, salt pork and bacon could last for weeks or even months, making them perfect for long journeys. They were easy to pack, easy to transport, and provided the rich, salty flavor cowboys craved after dusty days in the saddle. Preserving meat with salt or smoking it was essential to prevent spoilage on the open prairie. This was how real cowboys added precious protein and energy to their rugged daily meals. 3. Hardtack. Another absolute essential on the cowboy trail, hardtack. This rock-hard, dry biscuit was a true survival food, designed to last for months, even years, without spoiling. Made from just flour, water, and sometimes a little salt, hardtack was baked until it became as tough as wood. Cowboys had to soak it in coffee, water, or broth just to make it edible. It provided cheap, long-lasting calories when fresh food was nowhere to be found. Though it was bland and could break your teeth, hardtack was a reliable staple that kept many cowboys alive during the longest cattle drives. This was the tough reality of trail bread. 4. Coffee, the cowboys' essential brew. Coffee was far more than just a drink on the cattle trail. It was a lifeline. Cowboys relied on strong black coffee every single day, not only to wake up, but to stay alert during long hours in the saddle. Brewed over an open campfire in a battered old pot, this hot, bitter liquid provided warmth, comfort, and a much-needed energy boost. It was simple to make, cheap, and helped wash down dry hardtack and salty meat. For many cowboys, that first cup of coffee in the morning was the highlight of their rugged day. This was the true power of coffee on the Wild West Trail. 5. Dried fruit. When cowboys needed something sweet and light on the long cattle trail, they turned to dried fruit. Raisins, apricots, apples, figs, and nuts. These compact treats were lightweight, easy to carry, and packed with natural sugar and vitamins. Unlike heavy fresh fruit that spoiled quickly, dried fruit lasted for months in a saddlebag without going bad. It gave them quick energy, helped balance the heavy salty meat and beans, and provided a welcome change from the usual bland trail meals. Simple, portable, and surprisingly nutritious, dried fruit was a small luxury that brought a little joy to the harsh cowboy life. This was nature's candy on the Wild West Trail. 6. Canned goods. One of the rarer but highly prized items on the long cattle trail, canned goods. While most cowboys survived on beans, salt pork, and hardtack, a can of peaches, tomatoes, or condensed milk was a real luxury. These sealed tins kept food fresh and safe for months, even years, protecting it from spoilage on the dusty prairie. Though heavy and expensive, when a cowboy managed to get his hands on a can, it brought an explosion of flavor and nutrition that broke the monotony of their harsh daily diet. Opening a can was a small celebration, a taste of civilization in the middle of the wild. This was the special treat that made the rugged trail life just a little bit better.
7. Fresh game. Whenever possible, cowboys supplemented their harsh trail diet with fresh game. Deer, rabbits, wild turkeys, or even the occasional antelope. Hunting provided a welcome break from the endless beans, salt pork, and hardtack. Fresh meat brought rich flavor, extra protein, and much-needed variety to their monotonous meals. After a long, dusty day, sitting around the campfire with a sizzling piece of wild game was a real treat. It reminded them of home and gave their bodies the nutrition they desperately needed. Though hunting wasn't always successful, when it was, fresh game turned an ordinary trail supper into something truly satisfying. This was the taste of freedom on the open range. 8. Sourdough biscuits. One of the most beloved foods on the cattle trail, sourdough biscuits. Unlike hardtack, these biscuits were soft, fluffy, and actually tasted good. Cowboys used a special sourdough starter that traveled with them for weeks, allowing them to bake fresh bread right on the open prairie. Made with simple ingredients and baked in a Dutch oven over the campfire, these golden biscuits brought comfort and a taste of home to their rugged days. They were perfect for sopping up gravy, pairing with salt pork, or simply enjoyed warm with a cup of strong black coffee. For many cowboys, a fresh sourdough biscuit was the highlight of the entire trail meal. This was trail luxury at its finest. 9. Jerky. One of the most practical and beloved foods on the long cattle trail, jerky. Thin strips of beef or venison, heavily salted and slowly dried, jerky was the ultimate trail snack. Lightweight, long-lasting, and packed with protein, it could survive weeks or even months in a saddlebag without spoiling. Cowboys chewed on it while riding, during rest stops, or around the campfire. It provided quick energy, satisfied hunger, and added rich, savory flavor when fresh meat was unavailable. Whether beef or wild game, jerky was tough, chewy, and full of concentrated nutrition. This was the cowboys' portable power food on the open range. 10. Molasses and sugar. On the harsh cattle trail, a little sweetness went a very long way. Molasses and sugar were precious treats that cowboys used to add flavor and energy to their plain meals. A spoonful of thick, dark molasses could transform dry hardtack or bland biscuits into something almost luxurious. Sugar was sprinkled into strong black coffee or mixed with water to create a quick energy drink. These simple sweeteners brought comfort, helped fight fatigue, and satisfied the sweet tooth after weeks of salty meat and beans. Though used sparingly, molasses and sugar were small luxuries that made the rugged trail life just a little sweeter. This was how cowboys found joy in the simplest things. 11. Rice and cornmeal. Rice and cornmeal were important staples that added essential variety and substance to the cowboys' trail diet. Cornmeal was used to make hearty cornbread or simple porridge, while rice provided a filling, comforting base for meals. Both were lightweight, easy to store, and could be cooked quickly over a campfire. They helped stretch limited supplies of meat and beans, making meals more filling and satisfying. In many cattle drives, cornmeal became a daily favorite for making warm, golden cornbread. These simple grains gave cowboys the carbohydrates and energy they needed for long days in the saddle. This
was how basic grains helped fuel the rugged life on the open trail. 12. Onions and potatoes. These hardy root vegetables were absolute essentials on the long cattle trail. Onions and potatoes were tough enough to survive rough handling and long storage, while still providing vital nutrition. Potatoes offered filling carbohydrates and energy, while onions added much-needed flavor to otherwise bland meals of beans and salt pork. Both could be boiled, roasted in the coals, or simply thrown into the stew pot. They helped prevent scurvy, boosted morale, and made the daily diet more satisfying. Onions and potatoes were smart choices that every smart chuck wagon carried. This was how simple vegetables brought balance and comfort to the rugged cowboy life. 13. Peppers and spices. On the long, monotonous cattle trail, peppers and spices were the secret weapons that made meals exciting. Dried chili peppers, cayenne, black pepper, and other bold seasonings added heat, flavor, and life to the endless beans, salt pork, and bland hardtack. Especially for cowboys with Mexican heritage, these fiery ingredients turned simple trail food into something truly delicious. A pinch of chili could transform an ordinary pot of beans into a mouth-watering feast. They were lightweight, long-lasting, and packed with flavor that fought against the boredom of daily trail rations. This was how cowboys added soul to their rugged meals. 14. Coffee substitutes. When real coffee ran out on the long cattle trail, cowboys had to get creative. They turned to simple substitutes like roasted chicory root, dandelion, or even burnt corn and barley to create a hot, dark brew. These alternatives gave them that familiar bitter taste and comforting warmth, helping them stay alert during endless days in the saddle. Though the flavor was never quite as rich as real coffee, these makeshift drinks were better than nothing. This was how resourceful cowboys kept their morning ritual alive when supplies ran low on the open range. 15. Wild greens and foraged foods. When supplies ran low on the long cattle trail, smart cowboys turned to the land itself. They foraged for wild greens, edible roots, berries, and wild onions to add fresh nutrition to their harsh diet. These natural foods provided vital vitamins, minerals, and a welcome break from the endless dry staples. Foraging wasn't just about survival, it brought fresh flavor and a touch of nature's bounty to their rugged meals. This was how resourceful cowboys supplemented their diet and stayed healthy on the vast open prairie. And that was the real diet of the Wild West cowboys. From beans and salt pork to hardtack, jerky, and the occasional foraged greens, their meals were simple, tough, and built purely for survival. No fancy Hollywood feasts, just honest food that kept them strong through thousands of miles on the trail. If you enjoyed this raw look into cowboy life, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends who love American history, and subscribe to Vintage Shots for more authentic stories from the past. Let us know in the comments, which trail food surprised you the most? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next Vintage Shots.